Hello to all you nifty
Hello.
nerds, gaming goons, and joystick jockeys out there in Pixelland. This is Double Shift, the show where seasoned game industry vets talk about Bay Area superhero names such as Iron Man. Iron Man.
Is that real?
No, well it could be.
Oh.
I don't know. But
I believed it.
before we get to that, why don't we talk about video games just a little bit?
We can do that.
Yeah, just a little bit before we get back to our main topic, if we have time.
Yeah.
Are you singing Respect?
A little bit more. Ooh, no, just a little bit. Giving the. I don't know.
It's different. Yeah.
Yeah, you're different.
I'm not different. I'm your host. Got it and ran with it.
DJ different. No.
Beyond the paint. My name's Mikey, and sometimes people call me DJ Ghost Rider the Whip. That's my Bay Area superhero name.
I like it.
And you, who I'm talking to right now, I am sitting with my friend, my former colleague, and my current Bay Area superhero herself. Codename Hela, the goddess of Milpitas. Danelle, yes. Say hello, Danelle.
Hello, Milpitas.
Hello, Milpitas. Shout out to Milpitas.
Yeah, no, not. I hope
the
you're
Great
not.
Mall.
Yeah.
The mall's all right. It's not so great.
It's okay now. I remember the day it opened. A lot of people cut school to go to it.
I mean, it was a big deal when that opened. Yeah. I used to
My
go
grandfather worked there when it was the Ford factory.
Oh, nice. That's right. That's what it was. The Ford factory.
Mm-hmm.
Excellent. Don't worry. I gave our producer Jeff a superhero name as well today.
What is it?
It's Clark Get Bent.
What? Sorry,
instead of Clark Kent, it's Clark Get Bent.
Oh,
there's
God.
Jeff. We love Jeff. I love you, Jeff. Let me look at him really quick. There he is. That's great. All right.
Aww, that's great.
That's great. All right,
That's
really
glasses
quickly.
On and everything. He could be Clark Kent.
Yeah, exactly. If he took him off, I'd be like, well, where did Jeff go? You know? Clark Get Bent.
Just have him smile.
Our resident Superman is going to put up our Instagram and our email at right here, and you can go do it. And it still seems to be held hostage because there hasn't been any new content, but that's okay. But there's always new content every week on our YouTube channel, which we don't have a graphic for, but that's okay. It's Double Shift Podcast at YouTube, and every week at Thursday around 12 p.m. specific.
Yeah, exactly.
I think Reggie wrote that for me.
Oh.
No, make it specific. 12 p.m. A new episode goes up, and you can watch it, and you can comment, and you can like, and you can be like, "Oh, it was cool when you guys talked about this," or "I remember that," or blah blah blah. Just do it, and we'll be like, "You know what you'll get from me? You'll get a thumbs up." I like it. Oh, what happened to your finger? You bite it?
I forgot. No, I don't know why this nail. Every single month, so I can show kind of on this one though, but like usually like halfway down my nail, it'll just like start splitting and breaking. Every single month, like only on this nail for some reason. And so it just keeps getting like more and more as I'm like doing stuff in my hair and doing dishes and moving stuff around. It just keeps getting more ripped and more ripped and more ripped, and it's like so far down the nail. I mean, it hurts, and anyway, it's like cover it with a Band-Aid so it keeps not ripping.
That sucks. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Ironically, you also just described a typical Friday night for yourself, just getting more ripped and more ripped and more ripped.
Wow.
And so on and so forth.
I'm
sorry. Well, I hope that doesn't happen to your other nails.
No.
All right. This week's episode, Danelle, is blandly titled The Harvest. And so what we're going to be doing something we never did before on this show.
What?
This episode is mostly going to be a spotlight on one game called Harvester. I assume you had never heard about that before I mentioned it earlier in the week.
Nope.
All right. I mean, it is a little bit. It's out there. It's a little bit niche. But I thought it'd be fun. It's spooky season. If we highlighted a spooky game that the audience may or may not have heard of. So
I didn't realize it was not say so old, but usually you have me review like new games.
Mm-hmm. That's
and
true.
so when I looked into it, I was like, this is older. I was like, okay.
Yeah, I think I don't know. I should have written it down. It was like 95 or 96 it came
Yeah,
out,
exactly.
you
I was gonna
know?
say like
Yeah.
95, something like that.
Um, I do own it through Steam, and it launches the DOS box when you launch it, so that it's the DOS era.
Nice. Yeah.
Um,
I can tell by the graphics.
yeah, absolutely. Yeah, yeah. So yeah, we've done whole ass episodes on series of games before, like we did Doom, we did Mario Kart, and that there was like too much content, like we couldn't even get to anything, and I'm sure that's how this one will go too. So we are going to have a Denell Reviews game segment, of course, and I hope you didn't play it, which I doubt you bought it and played it between, what was it, Monday and today, but
No,
so
but
that's good. That's the criteria. Um, and like I said, I do happen to own it. I wrote down that I haven't played it yet. I actually did start playing it uh, because I don't want to be like Danelle and not play the game as well. It's like she's going to do that already, and like I should
wow,
know a little bit
stupid.
about it. Um, but but I do want to teach you something else about Steam, like I did last week, Danelle.
Oh,
Because
okay.
it's like, well, why do you own a game that you don't play? Well, first of all, that's pretty much every Steam user's story is they buy a bunch of stuff and they never play it. But
Hmm.
I got this game in a bundle. It was actually a Night
Mm.
Dive bundle. You know
Okay.
about
Okay.
bundles?
Oh yeah, I bought
Okay.
Phasmophobia in a bundle.
Okay, so so you're not learning anything new, but that's okay. Um, yeah, bundles is kind of the way to go, especially for like older games.
Yeah, there was
Like
actually games I wanted to play, and I was like, "Oh, look at this bundle." There was another game, the third game I don't remember, but I didn't want to play it. But I was, well, cheaper to buy this bundle, and I'll
yeah,
check it out.
right, and you may or may not.
Yeah, exactly. I
Uh,
haven't, so you're right.
yeah, I do that a lot. I get actually it's the second Night Dive bundle because sometimes those bundles are on sale themselves, so it's the best bang for your buck.
Yeah. Yep.
Night Dive is a game company that their thing is they revitalize old school games, mostly PC, and
Okay.
a lot of times, quite often, they're obscure. Like they've done like some Doom and some Turok stuff, which is a little bit more mainstream, but
Oh.
they've also done stuff like Harvester,
Hmm.
which is obviously much more obscure.
Yeah.
They don't do much to change the original game outside maybe some quality of life improvements, but they keep it pretty dedicated to the original thing, which I think is actually cool. They just make sure it runs on our new computers. They're one of my favorite companies. I even applied for a job there,
Oh, really?
and I never got an interview, but I'm not mad at them.
I've never heard of them.
Yeah, no, they're a small company. And yeah, they're doing God's work. Really, they're taking all these old games that
Oh.
it's kind of like they sit in legal hell. A lot of these old games, and they're able to get the rights of them, and they revitalize them. So yeah, it's a good company. I like kind
Hmm.
of it's like game preservation, right, which is important.
Yeah.
So
Oh, well, cool. Now I
so
like
yeah,
this
I got
company.
it, and I put it in the mental folder of I might play this game one day, maybe. Hopefully, we'll see. It's mental folder, and the day has
Yeah.
come. So, for those of you who don't know, Harvester is a point-and-click adventure game from the mid-90s. Had that old good time full motion video graphics going for it, so like the realistic videos, which was such a craze. It's kind of a niche, but also a craze in the 90s. In my opinion, should stay in the 90s for the most part, just because it's like, I don't know. I mean, unless you're making it look really bad, which we'll actually get to at some point in
Yeah.
this episode, to me, it's not worth it having like real digitized graphics nowadays. I want it to look kind of cheesy and bad.
Yeah.
I think that's part of the charm. So,
Charm. My lucky charm.
charm. Yes, it's a Lucky Charm. What's your favorite Lucky Charm marshmallow since you distracted me?
I don't know. First thing that comes to mind is the heart.
Okay. They're all the same.
They all taste the same. Yeah, I know. I was gonna say rainbow. That's the first one that popped in my head, but
And are they a marshmallow, really? Because they seem more like chalk or
I
space ice
know.
cream.
And I
So
like them for
anyways,
some reason.
that's fine. Yeah, listen. They're magically delicious. Lucky Charms sponsor us.
Yeah. Yes.
This segment was brought to you by Kellogg's, I think. I think that's who make them. Yeah, so most point and click adventure games, they have the player goes and solves puzzles and they walk around. And so you do that in this game too, but you kill people as well. So you have options. You don't just have to solve puzzles. You can like kill people instead. So let's go ahead and talk about the game. But before I get into it, because when I talk about it, it's going to contain some spoilers. Spoiler alert! There's spoilers. So I don't want to spoil anything for Danelle, who hasn't played it, and I'd like to hear her uninfluenced fish face review of the game. So Jeff, let's hit that awkward guitar sound and get onto some Danelle reviews games.
What?
Yes. Welcome to Danelle Reviews Games, where we hear Danelle review a game that she's never played.
Who would have thought? Ooh, that was a long guitar. Oh, your face. I can see. I was like, is he frozen? That was
No,
good.
I was
That was pretty good.
in a trance, if anything. So, all right, let's hear this Danelle Reviews Games Harvester Edition.
Harvester. I keep wanting to sing the Harvester of Sorrow from Metallica song every time I hear this name.
I took a bet in my own mind if you would bring up that song. It's funny, I betted no.
Betted.
I betted no that you wouldn't, and you did.
Oh.
So I owe me money.
Oh, so you owe yourself. Wow, that's a good thing actually to like bet against yourself. You'll always win.
Yeah, exactly, and lose.
Well, let's see. First of all, music. Loved it. I love the soundtrack and the music to this game. I thought it was awesome because I definitely watched some gameplay though, so I kind of maybe have a little bit of spoilers, I guess. But I didn't play the game though.
Yeah.
But the whole ambiance was so cool of the music. I loved it. It like really gets you into it. And the first thing that I saw was the opening. I guess it's the opening cutscene of the game, and that got me. I mean, it like really hooked me though.
Yeah.
I mean, it was awesome. Like the cinematography, like in the beginning though, I don't know. It was like it was really cool. And the whole opening sequence of the game kind of sucked me in, and it had this whole like eerie feel, and it was kind of like the music really brought you there, and it's kind of like got me interested until I saw the graphics, and then but I know it's old school though, but I was like, wow, okay, I guess the thing that really got to me was how the characters are like real people,
Right.
and it freaked me out because it doesn't fit the whole like feel of the game, because the game is all graphics and then they just put real people in there, and I was like, what the hell? I kind of didn't like that actually. It kind of felt weird. It kind of felt like they couldn't create characters or something. I guess I don't even know who these people are. Are they actually the creators of the game? Were they the testers of the game? Like where did they? I don't know who these people actually were that they put in there. The main character guy.
The main character is not, as far as I know, anyone. He's an actor, but the guy who created the game is in the game in one spot.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just thought that was so weird because it just doesn't fit to me, because it's actual like game graphics and then they just have real images of people in there. I don't know. I kind of.
I think it's supposed to be a little disorienting, but there's also. Listen, I'm not going to spoil it now, but there is a reason, sort of, right? I think it was a stylistic choice, but there's maybe an answer to that question. We'll see.
I guess the thing that I don't like about it is it's just a point and click. So much dialogue. Mm-hmm. So much. I mean, I guess if you really like stories and like a choose your own adventure, essentially, I guess is what it is.
Yeah.
Because I saw that you can there's different things that happen, and you can click one when you're talking to somebody, but so much dialogue. Oh my god, I don't like that at all. It was kind of boring to me. I was watching the guy play a little bit of the beginning, and although it sets you up for it, you kind of it starts out and you kind of talk, so you kind of get to what's going on, and so that was kind of interesting. But I'm the whole game is like this.
A lot of it is, yes.
Yeah, the dialogue is good though, and it's pretty funny. There was some really, really funny, because I just kind of was scrolling through just to kind of okay, where's this going? I didn't see anybody kill anybody though. I didn't even know you did that. I didn't actually see that. I only saw them talking and talking and talking, and I'm like, oh my gosh, this is so boring.
Yeah.
I am curious though that if you choose different not answers, does the game change? I don't even know if you know this, but I was wondering because there's you could choose like would it all lead up to the same thing? I was kind of curious about that.
Pretty much.
But
Well,
I mean, we can talk about it in a minute, but that was one of my observations was because I was like, oh, what if you would have chosen that one? Like, would have
right.
I'm assuming the person or whatever would have said something different, but does it still lead you to the same part in the game? Or does something different happen? I don't know, but
Right.
I thought that would be interesting. That actually kind of gives you a replay value in a sense. I don't know if you would want to replay this game, but if you wanted to go back and choose something else, would it change?
I don't think so. Well, there's
Oh,
only
okay.
one part of the game where that might matter, and
Oh,
I do
okay.
get to that in my breakdown of it. So
I see. But I don't even know the word I'm looking for. I'm just gonna say interestingly enough. I would want to play it, and I think the feel of it is awesome. I just like the total feel of it. The the just the oh my gosh, I can't even. I'm trying to
ambiance.
think, but nothing happens. Yeah, the ambiance, but like the
Yeah.
music and just the whole feel of the game just feels so cool. Even though it
Yeah.
looks so boring with the click and shoot, I would still totally play it because it just seems so interesting. So I gave it an 8 out of 10, believe it or not,
Ooh.
because purely just because of the whole feel and because of the dialogue too. I mean, it was hilarious. I was clicking through and saw some like weird stuff happen. I'm like, what the hell? I'm like, what the hell is this? And I was like looking at stuff they had like in certain scenes, like stuff they had in the background. At one part there was like background of like butt cheeks with like red smears on them. I mean, it was random. Like this I
Yeah.
don't know. Like the whole game was so weird that's what makes me kind of want to play it. So I think
Yeah.
it seems boring though because of the whole dialogue point and click thing, but it's intriguing. You got me intrigued.
It's a tough one. And I think that I'll get to that a little bit too, where it's like it is so bizarre and weird, and you kind of want to see everything that's in it. But it might feel like a bit of a chore to get through it, type thing.
I saw something which I didn't actually see it myself, but when I was trying to do, like look up, stuff for me to review it on, someone said like, "Is it the most violent game ever made?"
Yeah,
And
yeah.
but then that's what made me interested too. So I was like clicking through, and I didn't see anything. But I guess I kind of was, maybe it just clicked past the points or whatever happened. But I was like, I didn't see anything violent, and I didn't see you killing anybody. I didn't see any of that. So now I'm interested. How violent is it?
Right. It is very violent, actually.
Is it?
Yeah, and I guess it can be right away, but it's mostly later in the game where it gets really, really violent.
Okay.
And yeah. All right. So an
Well,
8 out of 10.
8 out of 10. I just really love the feel of it and the music. It really just, I don't know, the whole vibe. It's so perfect for spooky season. It'd be so
Yes.
cool to have like a Halloween movie playing in the background and maybe play it at night with like some dark lighting and turn this game on.
Absolutely. Perfecto.
Yeah.
That's why. Yeah. That's why I wanted to do a spotlight on a spooky game that people maybe have never played, and maybe they will after this.
Yeah.
Maybe our 3 fans will go out.
It's $6 on Steam. That's not
Not
much.
bad at all. Yeah.
No. Yeah.
Wish list it, and it will be on sale at some point soon.
Oh
And
gosh, I forgot to do
Where'd you
that.
go?
I need to do that.
it should. All right, 8 out of 10. That's a good. It's a solid score. So take
It
that.
is. I
Game
surprised
magazines.
myself.
Yeah. There you go. We have one customer. All right. Well, thank you there, Danelle.
Yeah, thank you for once again giving me something new.
Yes, absolutely.
Learning me. That's what I was going to say.
Learned you. All right. Well, let me get into my sort of breakdown of the game.
Oh, Lordy, I can't wait to hear this. Well, because you're so detailed, so I can't wait to hear what you have to say.
I'm gonna save my thoughts sort of for towards the end. I'm kind of just gonna take the audience through the game. And
Oh, okay. Got
So
it.
there will be some spoilers, and I'm also not going to spoil a lot of things.
Okay.
First of all, there's things I think that are too gross to put on this podcast.
Really?
It's
I wish I
so
would have seen it.
clean.
Okay.
And also, there's also things that's like, hey, they're going to tell you about a couple weird things, but if you are interested, I recommend people go and see them for
Checking it
themselves
out.
because,
So,
for the
yeah.
shock value to still be there. So,
Oh, that's a good point. You're so
yeah.
smart.
Well, you're the first person to ever say that, so
That's
thank you.
stupid.
All right. So, Harvester
Yep.
is set in the small farming town of Harvest, Texas.
Oh, is
Um,
it actually?
Yes, Harvest, Texas. The
Wow.
main character's name is Steve Mason. He wakes up in the year 1953. And he does not know who he is or anything about his life. And boy, I hate when that happens, to know. Um, and then Steve walks around.
Oh God.
Yeah, so he gets up and he starts talking to the people in his house. He has a little brother who he doesn't know and who's watching his violent cowboy show. And then his mom, who's making baking cookies in the kitchen.
Ooh, yum.
And so he's kind of slowly learning who he is, quote unquote, although he doesn't seem all that convinced yet. And right away, you kind of get this sense that the people in this universe they ain't right. There's something a little off about each character that you interact with, most of them, anyways, throughout the game. I'm going to get to that in a second. The main plot point in the beginning is that Steve learns about his girlfriend, Stephanie, whom he is set to marry in 2 weeks. So Stephanie might be the only other person besides Steve who seems slightly normal, at least at first.
Yeah. Damn, that's a waking up and you're like, I'm getting married? What the hell?
Yeah, he's like,
Yeah.
he doesn't actually do that, but he should have.
Oh,
Maybe a
yeah.
remastered version will come out someday, remastered. But yeah, everyone else seems off. So like when he's talking to his mom, his so-called mother.
Yeah.
You learn that she's baking cookies for a charity event later on in the week. So it's Monday, I think he wakes up, and she's baking them for Friday. So she keeps throwing them away because the event's later on in that week. She's like, I wouldn't, I'm not going to bring these. That they would be ruined.
That's
And
weird.
she's like, if you want to try one, though, Steve, go ahead and get them out of the trash can.
What the? No
Yeah.
way, really?
Yeah,
hell?
and then she goes on to tell you about the Lodge. And the Lodge is a big, mysterious, members-only building that is run by the Order of the Harvest Moon. And the way that she talks about this place and these strange people, it's as if they are the most glorious thing on the planet. She just is fawning over them. And the only way that Steve will find out who he is and where he's at will be going to the Lodge. And so this is where Steve's going to get those answers to those questions, such as what and who. Before he does that, he has to do mundane things like put the newspapers outside. So that's how it all begins.
What?
But before we move on to now, there's in the beginning, there's in-game tips that you can cycle through.
Okay.
And some of them are like actual hints, like how to use the inventory and what to do when you get stuck, or like different setting options. But it also sprinkles in some other in-game tips that I'll read to you. The first one is you can pick your friends, you can pick your nose, but you can't pick your friends' noses.
I know that one.
Yeah, so they put that in there.
They did?
Yeah, a penny saved is hardly worth the effort.
Damn, what?
And avoid cliches like the plague. So that's so silly, right?
No, what the hell? That's so random.
And whoever wrote this game is most definitely a kidder, and so is our main character. So you'll hear this throughout the game. You've always been a kidder, Steve, and that's what everyone and your mother in the game says to you when you can't remember anything. Like you go around, you're like,
really?
I have amnesia, like I can't remember anything, and they go, "Oh, Steve, you've always been a kidder." Everyone says that to you.
Oh, okay. So they think that he's just.
It's that's more evidence of this town being a little off. I don't know if you saw in your research, but a lot of people compared this town to like a David Lynch movie, like Twin Peaks.
Ooh, I love David
that
Lynch
kind
and
of
Twin Peaks. Yeah. I could see
off.
that actually. I could see that.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why I liked it.
Yeah, it's got that kind of vibe going.
Yeah.
So this town is very strange, and that's how people respond. Like, oh, you're such a kidder, but at this point, the game kind of seems like a Nick Wong simulator, in that the main character, just like I mentioned, can't remember.
Oh my god.
So
That's great.
we need to
Way to
get
tie in Nick.
Nick standing behind me.
I
So
wish he would just pop in right now.
yeah, hello. Uh,
That'd be great.
yeah, maybe get a Nick Muppet made or something,
Oh my gosh, we need one.
and Alberto can be the.
We need one of those big signs they had around the office of Nick's face, and you
Oh,
could just, like,
yes, absolutely. So yeah, so far this game seems like a campy little silly fun romp, right, through the lens
Yep.
of a good old '90s CD-ROM.
yeah.
Let me give you some other examples of dialogue, since I told you the very silly in-game tips, Danelle.
I
Some
have
other
one
exam-
too if you don't say it.
Oh, okay. Let me see. Let me get through them and
Okay.
let's see. So some more silly dialogue from this game, mostly from like townspeople, is "I love children and I love killing." Um, I hope you get eaten by the teachers. Uh,
Oh
Everyone
my
must
God.
die, Steve, but some must die first.
Wow.
This one's pretty dope. I'm not your friend, Steve. I'm your punishment.
Ooh, I like that. I'm gonna tell that to somebody.
That's a brutal one. I wish I could stab you with my pencil.
Oh my gosh.
These next three are fantastic. The mailbox told me secrets about your socks.
What the fuck? Oh,
Steve,
sorry.
the clouds are conspiring with the chairs. And
What?
finally, your shoelaces are plotting against the cheese. So, what was your line that you had that
These
you?
don't make sense at all.
No, they don't.
Well, before anybody gets offended by it, I'm just going to put that disclaimer out there.
Yes.
But it was actually in the beginning of the game when they're trying to teach you how to, like, or it tells you, like, click on your alarm clock, or, like, click
Right.
on the bed and click on this. And it tells you to click on the tuba. Did you see
Uh-huh.
this part?
Yes.
Yeah. And then it says, oh, must be some fat girl from high schools.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I was like, what the? That is so random. Like, why would they even have to
is.
put that in there?
They
And that's
were
what kind of got me intrigued. I was like, this dialogue in this game is so. I just thought it was so funny. It was so weird.
Yeah. The dialogue to me makes up this game.
I'm like, you couldn't say that nowadays.
No, in fact, there's a lot of that in this game where the reviewers would be
PC.
like, "This is one of those games that could not be made today." Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah,
So,
yeah, for sure.
All right,
the
so
dialogue.
I'm not gonna do a full walkthrough of the game here because that would be
Walkthrough.
boring. But I will highlight some of the story, and then we'll take a break completely from this game to eat a snack. And then after our snack
Ooh.
segment, I'll give my honest opinion of the game or
Oh,
what I
you gotta
played of it
eat
so
first.
far.
You gotta have some energy.
You have to, yeah, because it's a long one today. It's a barn burner. All right, so back to those cookies that Mom was baking and throwing away.
Oh
She
yeah.
mentioned that it was for a charity event. And our hero, the flannel shirt wearing Steve, asked her, "What is this charity event for?" After all, charity is nice, right? And so, in so many words, the charity event is to raise money for the homeless people who keep wandering into the town of Harvest and eventually die because they cannot be taken care of, and the money goes towards burying them. So that's the charity event that they're running.
Wow.
Charity, I suppose it's nice, but it is charity. But
Yeah, but okay, that's
and you don't really have time to think about that, as bizarre as it sounds, because your mom asks you to take the papers outside, and when you walk outside, you meet Steve the paper boy, or is it
Ooh.
Steve? No, maybe it's Jake or something like that. I forget. But there's a paper boy. He's like
okay.
9 years old, and he's a paper boy that collects papers. Usually, paper boys deliver papers, but yeah, I'm just not going to question anything in this game.
Yeah.
So don't punch Steve the paper boy. By the way, he may only look like he's 9 years old, and I think he is, but he also has a gun. So if you hit him,
What?
He's going to use it on you. And so you should be nice to him, and probably go meet this fiance of yours now.
Oh yeah.
And so you go in, you meet her father, who seems to really like meat. That's all he talks about is meat. He's
Oh, I did see a part of that. He like
Yeah.
had to. He went to the dad and he was like, "Hey, can you sign this? I want to get some meat." And I'm like, "What the hell are they talking about?"
yeah, apparently Steve's dad is a butcher, and Stephanie's dad is a big guy who sits in his wife beater and eats meat.
Oh, so they're perfect together. Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, he wants some meat from his dad or whatever.
Oh my gosh, so weird.
And there is a scene at some point in the game where you're at a butcher shop and they are butchering cats instead of like
Oh,
cows and
what?
stuff like that. So that was
Oh
terrible.
no.
But anyways, you're done talking to Stephanie's mom, then you go you're done talking to Stephanie's dad, and then you go meet Stephanie's mom, who clearly is Steve's mom with the wig on. Like they make it pretty obvious that it's the same
That's
mom, but she just has a
hilarious.
wig on.
That's funny.
And again, we're not questioning anything here. It's just how this game is. And then after you talk to her, for some reason you spy on Stephanie through a hole in the wall, which happens a few times throughout the game, I believe, for whatever reason. And then you steal one of her feminine products, which I think you might need later for a puzzle or
What?
something like that. And then you go talk to her.
What the hell?
Stephanie, like Steve, doesn't know anything about anything either. But she is
Oh.
grounded, which you actually find out from your little brother who saw you guys doing stuff on the couch. And she's grounded for that.
Oh.
She's stuck in her room, and so it's up to Steve to find out what the hay is going on in Harvest. And so he figures that building the lodge is the place where he'll get some answers.
Yeah.
And
Makes sense.
so he needs to join the lodge, and in order to do that, he needs to get an application from the post office.
Okay.
So here's an example of like a puzzle that you need to solve
Okay.
to progress in the game. So
Yeah.
unfortunately, at the post office, they ran out of these applications. All they have is like the master copy or something like that, and the postman doesn't want to give it up
Yeah.
unless Steve helps him out with something. The postman was recently accused of burning down the newspaper building,
What the hell?
and he needs Steve to steal the evidence in the form of a gas can from the police station.
What the hell? This guy shouldn't be a postman anymore.
Well, listen, he for some of these folks in this town, he seems normal. So Steve has to go to the police station to break into the evidence room, but he can't do that unless he gets past the deputy that's sitting there. So you're talking to the deputy, and the deputy basically reveals that he has a big love for, and I quote, them girly magazines. So Steve has to go back to his house and get a quarter out of his dresser so he can go to the store and buy a girly magazine.
Okay.
And when he does that, he's taking kind of the brunt of the embarrassing comments from the lady who works there, like, "Oh, Steve, I had no idea," that type of thing.
Oh,
He
yeah.
goes back to the station so he can give it to the deputy, who scurries off to read it.
Oh, God.
And now Steve
Yeah.
can go into the evidence room, and then a couple exchanges later, he goes back and he gives it to the postman, and now he has the lodge application, which he goes and he turns into this like evil monk-looking dude that's standing at the front door of the building, who, in a deep and menacing voice, says, "Looks like you've managed to fill out an application," which I thought was funny. Because it's what a foreboding and brooding sounding way to be like, "Oh, thanks for turning in the application."
Yeah. Yeah.
So-
Suspicious.
So let me just stop right there, Janelle, and see if you have any thoughts so far of what I've gone through for this story.
Weird, just so weird. But it is kind of what I like about it. It's so random. It's so weird. Like I don't I don't even know. I wouldn't say the creators of the game, I guess, but whoever wrote the game, or I don't know. They're weird,
Yeah.
but not in a bad way. I'm just like, what the hell? It's like all over the place. Like who? Oh
It
my
really
goodness.
is. Yeah. It's like whatever came to mind, write it down, and maybe don't edit it later, type thing.
These are the kind of games we should have been making. Maybe people would have, because it's just the randomness of it makes people just like, I kind of want to see more.
Yeah, I guess we could have done IAPs for more weird sentences or something.
I know.
That's the problem. Kids want to, they want IAPs nowadays.
No, they don't.
They want to buy costumes. No, they don't.
No.
They do want to
They
buy
don't-
costumes.
They don't want to, but it's kind of like the norm. They have
Yes.
to.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm with it. I'm intrigued. Let's go.
Yeah, absolutely.
Go
So this next game of the phase this next phase of the game. Take two. This next
Yeah.
phase of the game is taking on weird task from the creepy old evil monk dude.
Okay.
You're gonna start. You have to put a scratch into one of the townspeople's like classic
What?
cars. And the only way that you can do that is at night. Otherwise, you'll have to fight the car owner during the day, which ends up killing him, and then you're arrested. And then there's a cutscene of you getting electrocuted to death, and then blood comes out of your mouth, and then it's game over.
Oh, what the hell?
So you got to do that at night. You got to do pretty much all these tasks at night. So you do kind of a similar thing where you do this to get that, to go into here, to break into
walk
there, to do this,
around,
right? You
yeah.
walk around, yeah. And you do it at night so you don't get caught. And then after you do these tasks at night, you can explore a little bit, and you'll find weird things like your fiance's dad burying something in the cemetery, which he claims to be a cat. I think he eats cats, and as I mentioned, there's a cat butcher shop.
Yeah.
But so yeah, he's like, oh, I swear to God, it's a cat. Our cat died. That's what I'm burying. You're like, all right, dude, whatever. But the next day, you can go to the cemetery and you find out that what he did, he didn't bury a cat. He buried someone else's daughter, and he buried her alive.
What?
Yes, I just said all those words in succession to form a sentence. I know. I can't believe it either. I know this phrase. There's a phrase like, you can't make this stuff up, but like you mentioned, somebody did. Somebody made this stuff up.
Yeah, what? And I would have loved to see them sitting around trying to...
Yeah, I got another one. He'll bury...
Yes!
Yeah,
oh
and
my God.
It's like the lady who owns the diner, it's her daughter, and just, listen, I'm not going to get it. I want people to go play. I'm just giving you a little taste.
Yeah.
A little taste. And then you're going to do some more weird kind of pranky tasks like this, and one of them involves stealing a piece of fabric from the firehouse. Now, I don't know if you saw the firemen in any videos you watched, but they're a little ridiculous.
No.
So, in terms of, like, kind of the cult following of this game, the firemen might be the most kind of infamous section.
Okay.
I don't know if my words can do it justice, so again, I want people to just go see it. But what I will say is all of the firemen in the firehouse are very flamboyant, let's say.
Okay.
And they basically just stand around all day and they paint, like, a nude model who's, like, sitting in a position waiting to be painted.
Oh, I saw that part because I fast forwarded, and the one thing I saw, I stopped at this part where it said, like, you need to go get a piece of fabric or whatever.
Yeah.
And then it's like, then it's him getting out of bed and he takes his shirt off and he's standing there with no shirt on, the main character. And I'm like, what the hell? Like, why would they have him even do that?
There's a lot of that, yeah.
Yeah, and then after that is when I saw him say something like about the guy who was like nude modeling, or he's standing there like in a position, and then I fast forwarded again after that, but I didn't know what the hell was going on.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
So yeah, the firemen are all, that's all they do all day is stand around and paint. Like if you ever took an art class in college or whatever, you got to paint like the real person, that type of thing. But again, so
random.
All of these things you have to do at night. So you go back, and there's like a tarp over where the model was sitting. And if you pull it off, he's just still there. So he just sits there all day, and you talk to him, like, dude, what are you doing? He goes, waiting to be painted. So, yeah, it's quite bizarre. So, yeah, you'll get more and more of these tasks that you have to do at night, and you'll see more and more weird stuff and have bizarre conversations along the way.
How bizarre.
How bizarre. How bizarre.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, again, if any of this sounds remotely entertaining, I highly recommend this game. And all these tasks, they start out mundane and just weird, but don't worry, eventually they lead to killing and death. So yeah, there's one that basically leads to the death of someone, which the whole town is talking about the next day. No one blames Steve, though. It's just like, oh, did you hear that this happened? But yeah, your fiance is kind of in on it, and she's like, she seems very disturbed by what she says your harmless pranks, like kind of sarcastically. Seemingly being the only sane one in the town, being like, dude, what are you even doing? And Steve himself's starting to go a little crazy. I think he kind of likes it, like the death and stuff like that. But then, she says all this, and then she seems a little excited by the fact that you unalived somebody. So this leads to a very bizarre adult interaction that I won't describe on the show, but it's very weird. It's quite bizarre. Go check it out.
I'm intrigued,
Yeah. And that's the thing. There's a lot of weird things in this game. The thing that I like about point-and-click adventure games is going around and interacting with all the random characters in the world that you're in.
Yeah.
And this game has a ton of it.
Yeah.
And again, if you think anything that I've described so far sounds weird, there's just a bunch of stuff I'm not mentioning due to the time limit, but also, like, I don't know. I want everyone to be shocked, essentially.
Yeah.
I don't want Jeff after the episode being like, "Hey, man, you can't mention this or that. We're going to lose all of our sponsors and our money that we don't have yet." You know what I mean? So, I mean, who's sponsoring us so far? I forget. I think I don't
Me
know,
and you? No.
the Potato Company of America or something is going to be sponsoring us.
Potato company. That sounds good.
I like potatoes.
Me
But yeah,
too.
everything I've mentioned so far, it's tame by comparison to some of the weird and questionable and ultra violent stuff. And if you're like me and Danelle, who are weirdos, ultimately it's all kind of funny.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Um,
Sure is.
so then let's see, what do? You do these tasks, and then you don't until you don't have to. It's all super funny and grim and terrible. And
Yeah.
let's see what else. I think sales of this game are going to go up like by at least 2 units after this episode. So maybe Night Dive can sponsor us, right?
I agree.
So you do all these tasks, and then something terrible happens to Stephanie, and then you do more unspeakable acts before you get access to the lodge. And the lodge is
Okay.
the holy grail of this game, and kind of the final stretch.
Okay.
So you make it to the lodge, and you're inside finally, and it's this like overly bizarre, super tedious section where you're doing a lot of combat with weird creatures.
Oh, really?
There's ladies of the evening that work in there. There's
Oh
random
my
like
gosh.
doctors. Like there's a bunch of stuff in each like room. Like this is definitely where the creator of the game was like, I have an idea. I have an idea. I have an idea. It doesn't matter if they're cohesive or it goes together.
Yes.
Throwing stuff at the wall.
That's what I mean.
And
Like we make games and we're always like, oh, that doesn't sound right and that doesn't sound like
yeah,
it goes good, and we always try to like, always having to like, redo parts of the game to try and make it fit, and then these people didn't give an F.
yeah.
Oh my
No,
gosh. Like
they
we
did.
should have not cared so much. I mean, although it doesn't sound like this game was that popular
I
though, but
don't think it
maybe
sold. No, I don't think it sold well.
yeah,
Yeah,
but still, I don't know. We should have never worried about what we wrote. This game just did it all.
yeah, absolutely. I kind of like the wild, wild west aspect of that time
Yeah.
of game
Yeah.
development for
Yeah.
sure. Um, so yeah, again, I'm not going into any of the crazy stuff in the lodge because it's all ultra violent and bizarre and weird,
Okay.
and I don't even know if my words can do it justice. So go out and watch. At least watch. There's YouTube video playthroughs you can watch
Yeah.
where you can kind of see it. So you go through all this super bizarre, nonsensical stuff to find out that you've, spoiler alert, but I'm not going to spoil the ending, but you've been in a simulation this entire time.
What?
You're not in the 1950s, but you are rather in the 1990s. You and Stephanie are the subject of a virtual reality experiment put on by a group called the Harvesters. You
Virtual
were then
reality
presented
back
with
then,
two
huh?
choices for the ending. You can either kill
Oh.
Stephanie, which will kill her in real life,
Oh.
and you can escape the virtual world and be a
Yeah.
part of this cult that was running the experiments, or you can choose to live with Stephanie in the virtual world, live a happy
Oh.
life, but you will die in real life. You'll think that it's like an eternity, but I
Oh.
think you die right away. And so, depending on which option you choose, then you get the two endings, which are
Oh.
both
Okay. Kind of you
really messed
mentioned.
up.
Okay.
And I won't spoil the endings. I spoiled the plot point, but I won't spoil the endings because those are worth watching. And there's so much stuff to see in between, and that's pretty much the game. So, what do you think? Do you think you'll
Wow.
actually play this at some point now?
Probably not.
Yeah, it's
But
yeah.
because I'm just being honest. But I kind of want to. I mean, I don't know. I guess I can.
All, I
It's
might
only
spoil.
It's cheap
might
enough
spoil-
that I can just buy it and like you said, leave it on my Steam, and then one day when I want to play it, I can just maybe I will for the spooky season, I guess.
Yeah, well, so here's what I was going to say, and I'm spoiling sort of the end of my, because I'll give my honest opinion at the end after
Yeah.
we do a snack. But in order to really play this game, you kind of need a walkthrough because some of the puzzles are like so nonsensical.
Oh,
It's kind of-
really?
one of the problems with this game is sort of like figuring out how to progress.
It's impossible.
No one would actually think about it. It's so weird and random that like
Yeah.
most people who like reviewed this game are like, I used to walk through. I have no shame. So yeah, it was just fine. I mean, I think for old point and click games, a lot of it like if you want to
Yeah.
spend all your time playing it, that's fine. But if you weren't like, oh, I want to experience it, yeah, just do a walkthrough.
Oh, good to know.
All right, who's hungry? Jeff,
Me.
if I were hungry and you were to have a
Oh,
Snacks, 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 snacks,
that was good.
snacks, snacks.
You ain't got no shame. It's not smart. smiling or laughing, straight face, just like
No, I was like, if you were to have a snacks, that was
that was
perfect.
good.
Yeah. All right, snacks, of course, is the segment where we talk about snacks and we pair it with the video game, just like you
Yeah.
would with fancy food and fine
Fine
wine. Snacks
Yeah.
is spelled with an X because this is the 90s, and X was popular in the 90s. I think. I
What?
think it was.
I don't think so.
And this snacks segment is dedicated to my old neighbor from about 10 years ago,
What?
Caesar. He's
What?
still alive. It's dedicated to him.
Okay.
He was like the coolest guy to live to, and we hung out in the driveway all the time. We listened to reggae, and we flicked cigarettes into the street, and we talked about apples.
What?
Yes, apples. He loved
Okay.
apples. In fact, we have a quote in this house. Whenever someone eats an apple, they quote Caesar saying, "I love apples, brother." Because he did, and he always said he always used to say like, "I love apples, brother." He was,
What?
he was a gentle soul.
I wonder if
If
he
you
when
can-
it goes to Apple Hill a lot then, or up near Sacramento. My mom always talks about Apple Hill.
He didn't leave the house much.
Oh.
Just like me. We liked our driveway.
Boring.
Yeah. So, you know how some people can just like make food sound or look so appealing, like when they describe it or prepare, or even in the case of an apple, like eat it, like the crunch and the
Yeah,
crisp
the
is like
crunch,
perfect,
yeah.
and they're just like, oh, like their reaction's good.
Yeah.
He was that way with apples.
Really? I wish I
Me-
liked apples. I don't.
Oh, I love apples. You're not going to like this segment then. Since today's episode is called The Harvest, I figured we'll
Aw.
talk about apples.
That makes sense. Okay.
It's also the name of one of my favorite Tribal Seed song. And they're a California reggae band, and Caesar was a huge reggae fan, so it all comes together.
Oh, I see what you did there.
So let's start out with alcohol.
What
And
the
I've
hell?
been talking a lot about alcohol lately, probably because I haven't been drinking much, and so, for various reasons. So I'm living vicariously through these segments. I'm like, oh, drinking used to be fun. So Caesar was not a big booze hound by any means.
Oh, okay.
He didn't like beer all that much, and he definitely didn't really drink liquor. But he
Huh.
does love apples, brother. So, so when he would partake in drinking and the liquid poison, his go-to drink was Angry Orchard. Are you an Angry Orchard fan?
Oh,
there,
that
Janelle?
makes sense. No, I used
Yeah.
to. That's kind of like when I first kind of started drinking.
Right.
I started drinking those, and I was like, "Oh, these are delicious." And then after you have like a couple of them, I'm just like, I can't have any more.
Same. They're a little too sweet for me.
They're too sweet.
Yeah, they have all the sugar.
The first couple of drinks, though, is delicious. I'll tell you what, though, they
They
are
taste-
definitely tasty.
when they're ice cold, yeah.
Yeah.
I've had it on tap before, and it was ice cold.
Oh, that'd
And it
be
was
good.
like the semi-frozen apple juice from back in the day, like
Oh,
super good.
Sounds
But yeah,
good.
Caesar, he liked all ciders, but he always
that
had
makes
Angry
sense. That
Orchard.
makes so much sense.
He liked to share, so I had my fair share of
Aw.
Angry Orchards when I lived next to him.
Aw.
Of course, for those of you who don't know, Angry Orchard is a hard apple cider, and it comes in a few different flavors, including special bottles with like the higher alcohol.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
It's sweet as hell. So like Danelle and I just said, I can't have too many of them, but they're great.
Yeah.
And they're great because they have all this. Every last grain of sugar on planet Earth is in one drink. And in fact, I found out, let's say about 10 years ago, they mix well with certain whiskeys. Something that you really like, actually, those fake moonshine mixes
Oh, yeah.
or whatever in the mason
Yeah.
jars. Angry
Yeah.
Orchard actually mixes really well with those for a cocktail.
Oh, that sounds
They
good.
get a lot of sugar, but yeah, put some ice in it so the ice melts.
There's a cinnamon one that I like. I bet the apple and the cinnamon would go good together.
Yeah, for sure. I think that's I think I did like it was like a cinnamon whiskey moonshine with the Angry Orchard. So yeah, it was something like that. It was around Christmas time as well.
Sounds good.
So I haven't had one in years. And that's it kind of sucks because I was like, oh, let me see if there's any new flavors that I can talk about for the show, and that's what I did. And of course, Danelle, they have their own Halloween pack now,
Oh,
complete with the Jason Voorhees flavor, which
No.
is blood orange
Dang.
cider. And then the other flavors are Berry Bewitched, Sinful Apple, which is like sinful but cinnamon,
Ooh.
and Headless Pumpkin, so a pumpkin
Oh.
cider. And I would like to try all those.
Where'd you find these?
Well, I just saw those online. I haven't looked for them in the store, but they're that's like their thing all over their website. Are these these
I'm trying to
Halloween
collect
things?
Halloween drinks. I have like 3 different 12 packs of stuff that I'm collecting. They're all like pumpkin or Halloween, fall. Dang
Nice.
it! I gotta add this to my
You
collection.
do, and maybe you can try it and tell me if they're any good.
I gotta. Okay, I'm glad you told me this then.
I'll stick with like the dry cider since it has less sugar. But,
Dry cider?
yeah, there's like dry
What's
apple
that?
cider. Those tend to have less sugar than like.
I've never heard of
yeah.
that.
There's a whole cider culture, but yeah, the Halloween pack looks pretty fun. So let's just get away from the booze for once in our lives. To know,
I know.
my fault. Let's just talk about apples straight up, because I too love apples, brother, and it sounds like you don't. You don't like them at all.
I'm not a big fan. I don't know. I don't like the skins. I just like chew on the skins and spit the skins out because it's gross.
Well, that's what's like good for you is the skin.
That's what my mom always tells me. I mean, most of the skins on a lot of things is like where all the nutrients or the vitamins, whatever you call it, is good for you. And I don't know. Well, if I did, Granny Smith is my favorite.
Okay.
I like sour apples. And I
okay.
like the sour, the green ones. And so I used to like Granny Smiths, but I just don't.
Not your thing.
Yeah, it's
okay.
not my thing. Fruit in general is not my thing. I don't eat a whole lot of fruit. I don't really care for fruit.
It's okay. Listen, it's okay. It's all right. No one's mad at you except for Jeff. Yeah. Oh man, we haven't had a half-baked reference in 20 episodes or something. That's amazing. We should have like a alarm that goes off, like a celebration alarm or whatever. So I'm gonna give you my top 5 apples stack rankings since you don't like it. Because what does the internet love to know but a good list?
Yes.
Before I get you to the stack ranking, I'm going to give 2 honorable mentions, and then I'm going to give 1 that you avoid at all costs. The worst apple ever made.
Oh, okay.
So my honorable mentions go to Cosmic Crisp, which is the spacey cousin of Honeycrisp, and almost as good. And then also Jazz Apples. I like the name, and I like the apple, brother.
My best friend, her mom, loves Cosmic Crisps, and when we
They're
went to
good.
go visit her, she had us go to the store specifically to buy. Has to be Cosmic Crisp, but they have like gigantic ones, I guess.
Yeah, there is. Yeah.
There's huge, and she wanted like a specific gigantic one. So when we went to the store, that's what we bought her. I'd never heard of them before since I don't buy apples, so that's
Right.
funny you would mention them.
Yeah, apples are becoming like dispensary level with some of the names that they get, but yeah, Cosmic Crisp. Me and guest writer actually Sam Squanch dared to tell me that Cosmic Crisp are better than Honey Crisp. But listen, we'll get to my stack ranking in a second.
Okay.
Before I do that, I'm going to give you the apple to avoid. The worst apple of all time, of
Okay.
course, is the Red Delicious.
Is that the
Alright.
ones you get in like school?
Yeah.
I think that might be the reason why I hate apples. Those things are gross.
Absolutely. Yeah, that's a bad introduction to
It's
apples.
a bad apple.
Yeah, one bad apple ruins apples.
Yeah,
for the rest
you're
of
so
Janelle's life
right.
forever.
Oh my gosh, those things are just.
It's like, okay, they are red. They got me on a technicality, but
They're
they
pretty.
are not delicious. They are the opposite of delicious. They should call it red, mushy bland, or just call it Daryl. I'm a grown ass man, dog. Sorry.
Oh
Shout
my
out
God.
Cedric the Entertainer. Call me
Oh,
delicious.
okay. I was like, what's that from?
So on to my stack ranking. At number 1 is Honeycrisp. It's the best apple ever. It's worth the extra $1 or so you'll pay for them. It's always extremely
Maybe I
crisp
should
and
try it. I don't know if I have.
juicy. It's perfectly sweet. It's the most, to me, it's the most satisfying bite in all of food. Like, if
Gee,
you had a
you're
sound
really
effects
selling
guy
this to
behind
me.
you every time you it's like you had a sound effects guy with you at all times every time you bite it. This is perfect.
Perfect.
It's perfect in every way. It's one of the most pleasurable experience on this planet, if you ask me. So that's number 1. Number 2, Honeycrisp. Number 3, Honeycrisp. Number 4,
Mikey.
Honeycrisp. Number 5, Honeycrisp,
You're
because
so
I spit hot fire.
stupid.
All 5.
Oh my
There's
God.
nothing.
I was wondering. I was like, how many different varieties of apples? I know there are, but I was like, really? You have 5 different ones?
Listen,
Wow.
I mentioned Cosmic Crisp and Jazz as my honorable mentions.
Wow.
There's Gala, there's Pink Ladies. Of course, there's Macintoshes, but no one eats those.
Oh yeah, Macintosh. That's the other
I'm
one.
a
I think I
PC
don't
man
like.
myself. That was a computer joke.
You're so
Jeff, you like that one? That was good, right?
He did. I saw him point. He was.
Yeah. He was yawning, and I was like, I gotta bring him back. Let me make a computer joke. Jeff likes computers.
Is Honey Crisps, are they like red or pink or what are
They're
they?
like there's a spectrum of colors. They're a little red, they're a little pink, they're a little golden, they're a
Okay.
little green. Oh my goodness. You can go to Trader Joe's, sponsor us Trader Joe's, and you can get a bag of them for like $5, which is a lot cheaper than buying them individually from like other stores. And they're good. They're
Okay.
perfect.
I guess I'll try one. You've convinced me.
I'm gonna have one right after. In fact, I'm so excited. So you didn't like my list though? The Honeycrisp, Honeycrisp, Honeycrisp,
Oh,
Honeycrisp,
I
Honeycrisp?
did. I
Okay.
did, but I didn't. It was pretty
One
good.
of my favorite things of all time. But listen, this is technically a Halloween episode, so we can't talk about apples without mentioning candy apples. And I'm not
Oh.
talking about those caramel apple lollipops that you got
Yeah.
in the 90s when you went to your raves.
Oh my gosh.
I'm talking about candy apples. I haven't had a candy apple for like 25 or 30 years, but I used to love them. In fact, I think the last time I had one, do you know what actually happened? It was the official moment where I became sweet enough. But
Break
I
a
don't.
tooth?
Yeah, you know how I always say like, "Oh, I'm sweet enough. I don't eat cake.
yeah.
I'm sweet enough."
Yes.
The last time I had a candy apple, that's when it happened. I was like, "Holy shit, I'm sweet enough."
You're. Didn't. That's good.
I don't eat them anymore because I enjoy my teeth.
Yeah.
At least the real ones that I still have. So
They're so hard to eat unless you
They
like cut them up
cut
into
it or
quarters.
something. Yeah,
Yeah. Otherwise, it's like
you'll break your damn
I
teeth.
can't put my mouth around it.
Yeah, and if you have a crown, you'll lose your crown. Oh yeah, it'll be all bad.
I'll never lose my crown.
Oh, that's right. You're queen of Milpitas.
Oh my god. Well, I guess
yeah.
I'll take it.
Yeah, why not? Who cares? Someone's got to be.
Who cares?
And
Very
then
good.
finally, let me just say, caramel sauce and apples is great. You know, you can buy. A lot of times at stores they sell the caramel sauce next to the
Yeah.
apples.
Yeah.
Peanut butter and apples, I think, are fantastic with the little sriracha.
Oh, you and that.
And then, listen, I don't know if you think this sounds weird or not, but cheddar cheese and apples, bomb.
I think I've had it
Yeah, and
at
people
some
put
point
uh,
on apple pies.
yeah, which is weird. I think it's weird, but
It's such a thing. I know.
yeah, it's like an old school thing. So, but anyways, we've eaten all the apples.
Eaten.
Us and our friend Caesar. So it's time for the game pairing, and that game is called Hand of Doom. So listen, this
Never
episode's
heard of
about Harvester. We went through a pretty wild ride with Harvester, and it's time to take a break from Harvester and play another one. And like I said, I think that for the snack segment, pairing Harvester with our snack would be redundant, and it would be bland. See what I did there for the snack
Oh.
segment? It would be bland. Anyways,
Wow.
nothing. Yeah, I'm making up the rules as we go along for the snack segment.
Oh, God.
I just made it up now, and I'll keep making up rules forever as the weeks go on. So, Hand of Doom, it's a more recent game that is a
Okay.
throwback to all things 90s and cheesy.
Okay.
So it has the kind of crappy 90s FMV aesthetic. It almost looks like a student film made by the Cradle of Filth fan club
gosh.
in the 90s. Like more so than an actual video game. And I said crappy 90s aesthetic. I don't think that's the right word to use because that's mean. But like it's very deliberate. Like they very much deliberately.
Oh,
did it.
gotcha. Yeah.
Like the Goth Club, the Cradle of Filth fan club, which by the way I'm a huge Cradle of Filth fan club, so no shade towards them. Or I'm not a fan club, but I'm a fan.
You're a fan
it's
club.
very deliberate.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
So this is a game that I actually own this game as well, and I played it during the holidays last year, and I call it FPW, which is an acronym and a genre that I made up. And that stands for First Person Wizard
Oh my gosh.
Simulator thing. I'll work on the name later. But anyways, you play as an apprentice wizard who enters into a blood contract with a powerful sorcerer. And the sorcerer is seeking to become more powerful than death itself, using the power of bound, cosmic entities, or doom lords as they're called, across different planes of existence. Your task, Danelle, or perhaps your burden, is to travel among these planes, fulfill or break their contract with these dark doom lords, and prevent a universal disaster. So, you go around, you either kill these monsters or you become friends with them, and that has
Yeah.
like different consequences.
Okay.
You learn incantations. You
Ooh.
walk around. There's like surreal landscapes, and there's a dope doom metal soundtrack. And doom metal
Oh.
is like this time of year. It's like my Spotify switches from kind of the summer Cali reggae or jazzy or stuff to fall doom metal, and it's perfect. Um, Heavily inspired by old school dungeon crawlers. So you explore, you fight, you explore more. Of course, as I mentioned a moment ago, our favorite gameplay element here at Double Shift, you walk around, and you do that, and it's fun, and the cutscenes are funny, and the voice acting is super ridiculous. And so yeah, this game. So for all you spooky gamers out there who want to get new spooky things for the spooky season, for your game collection, it's part of something called, or it was part of something called the Dread X Collection. And there's multiple collections that you can find on Steam. If you type in Dread X Collection, you'll see multiple entries. It's basically a compilation of indie horror games that a publisher called Dread XP puts out. So it's kind of it's a cool way for some people to get their games out there and published who might not otherwise. There's some really weird stuff bundled in those collections.
Yeah.
Hand of Doom got its own standalone release, and there's actually some other games from these collections that got their own releases, which I'll probably talk about in the coming weeks as part of our spooky series. But maybe not a whole episode, but I'll probably mention them. And like I mentioned, the voice acting is ridiculous. It's clearly like it's totally looks like a student film. Like that's the best way I can describe it. When I'm like those old goths, they make those old films. You remember the SNL sketch where they did like the goth talk show in their garage, and they would show like films. Sometimes it kind of looks like that. But
Sure. I believe you.
if you like wizards, if you like retro stuff, if you like dark fantasy and doom metal and surreal atmospheric landscapes and more doom metal, then Hand of Doom and Apples are for you. Pointing at you, the fans. Now your thoughts on apples and alcohol and Hand of Doom and caramel and all that stuff?
Apples, boo.
Okay, Apple Boo.
0 out of 10.
Aw.
Hand of Doom sounds interesting.
Yes.
Caramel, I love.
And you're gonna get an Angry Orchard Halloween pack, maybe?
I'm gonna try.
right.
Thanks for. I was just at Bevmo yesterday. I wonder if they had it. Dang it.
Well, it's like still at this time of recording early September, so
I know, but they're already selling out a lot of pumpkin stuff.
that is true. I did get, and I haven't had one yet, but my wife wanted them. They have Howling Gourds from Trader Joe's. I had mentioned it before. They have
Ooh,
Howling
Angry
Gourds
Orchard hard cider variety. So I did actually buy. I don't want to get up to go get it, but I saw they have it's apple related. I got at Bevmo yesterday. Caramel apple pumpkin ale.
Oh, interesting.
And it's a 4-pack, and it's like 8.6% each.
Holy monkey! What's the brand? Rogue.
Hold on, but dang it, they did have the thriller pack of Angry Orchard at fucking Bevmo yesterday. Sorry.
Oh my goodness, Danelle. There's no need to swear. Tell me about that beer again after the show. I'm like looking it up on my phone, forgetting that we're recording. Jeff's probably like, "Hey,
I know,
people, we got an episode to finish." Oh, I'm looking at his face. He's clearly not paying attention. All right, let's move on. So usually I move on to rapid fire, but this week there's no rapid fire. I'm going to call it slow moving ice. I'm going to give you my honest opinion of Harvester. All right, to kind of wrap things up here. So look, this game it's super crazy, and so far in my playing experience, that doesn't mean that it's a great game though. I'm glad that it exists because I love weird and obscure stuff, and I love most anything from the 80s and 90s. And I'm also a massive fan of point-and-click adventures. So I think the appeal of this game is how ridiculous the story is, how goofy looking it is with like the digitized real graphics, and then like as Danelle mentioned, like the graphics, like background, like pre-rendered 3D backgrounds, and they're kind of static. And I do think there's some gems out of the weird kind of funny dialogue. And of course, the game which we didn't really do it justice today by describing any of the insane or gory parts, but trust me, this game is super insane and gory. That's why I think people should just go check it out.
Yeah.
Or you can watch a trailer or some highlights on YouTube. I think you'll, without having to play it. But
Yeah.
I don't know. I want to see those numbers go up, so they call us on their rotary phone and say, that episode you did made our
Yeah.
unit sell 3. More than we ever sold.
More
So
than
yeah,
we ever sold.
I love point and click adventures. I think this one's a little rough. Like I mentioned, some of the puzzles are really wacky and don't make any sense. And so I will finish this game during spooky season, but I'm definitely going to just go through a walkthrough that says like, okay, now do this, do this, do this. And I think you almost have to, otherwise you're never going to figure out some of these dumb puzzles. And I don't think that's fun.
Yeah.
I think what's fun is the dialogue and the cutscenes and stuff.
Yeah.
But what I do like, so like old school point and click adventures, I'm used to like the ones from like the 80s Sierra ones. It is a lot of reading, and in Harvester they actually speak most of the dialogue. There's a little bit of reading, but they have like the actual voiceovers.
Yeah.
So that is kind of nice. You don't have to read so much.
For sure. Yeah.
Although I do like reading. And then so like the cutscenes, look good for the time. They're a little grainy, but I think they're. I like that. Like I like sort of old looking stuff, so that doesn't lose any cool points with me. But when you're playing the game, the environment is a little stale. It's a lot of like still images.
Yeah.
There's very little animation or life in the background. I think the GOAT for me for point and click adventures is King's Quest IV. And those scenes and those backgrounds, they're just so full of life and personality and that kind of stuff. And that's an older game. And in the older games, you have to be kind of close to interact or examine something. This one, you can just hover your mouse over it and click on it, and Steve's just standing there. Of course, if you need to actually go interact with something, he'll walk over there. But to like look at stuff, you can just stand there, which is fine. I mean, it's kind of like less tedious, but it's also, to me, I don't know. It's people only listening to the podcast are going to love this part. This is what Steve looks like. And silent.
I know, that's true.
Yeah. Watch it on YouTube.
Yeah.
But yeah, you have to walk around a lot, which for me, I have one of these small keyboards that doesn't have the arrow buttons unless you press the function key, so it's actually kind of a pain to play with this keyboard.
Oh, damn.
I mean, I have like an attachment, but yeah, it's a pain in the butt, so I guess clicking on things without walking around is not too bad.
Yeah.
But so all that's fine because again, I think the dialogue is so weird and wacky and often disturbing that's where the life kind of comes from.
Yeah.
And I'm here for the weird and the wacky.
Mm-hmm.
My favorite part of actually playing it so far is my wife came in a couple times while I was playing, and each time her reaction was, "What the hell is that?" on your screen. Like, what?
Really?
Seriously, what? She would forget. I'm like, oh, it's that same thing. Remember doing a thing for the podcast? She's just like, dude, and she'd walk away. That's my favorite. That says it all. Like, she's like, what the fuck is that?
Yeah, that's so funny.
So yeah, I'm not going to play the game because I'm not going to use my brain to figure things out. I'm just going to read the script and all that kind of stuff. But again, I think that will be fun for a spooky night sometime this October with the Angry Orchard that I shouldn't be drinking because it has too much sugar.
Yeah.
But listen, that being said, because I didn't, my thoughts are this game is all right. But I recommend people buy it. If any of it sounds interesting to you, like Danelle said, it's $6 right now.
Yeah.
Get it with a bundle. And then one day you're going to be in a bar drinking an Angry Orchard Halloween cider. And you're going to be with other nerds, and you can be like, yeah, I played Harvester. You can say that now after this episode, after you bought it and played it. And your nerd friends will be like, whoa, you played Harvester? Like, you actually bought it and played it? Like, you're going to, like, that situation's going to happen. Look for a Night Dive bundle on Steam so they can sponsor us.
Nice.
Especially during a sale. That way you can pay a really small amount for a bunch of weird 90s gems and pretend like it's Friday again in the mid-90s where you have no friends, but you have video games and fast food to keep you company. It's sad, I know, but you can pretend that. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Listen, you don't have to play the same old zombie game every year. You just switch it up and play something retro.
Heck
Um,
yeah.
and yeah, I don't know. That's it. That's my review. Anything else to add to the review of Harvester or anything like that, Danelle, before we get to our main topic?
No, I just think it's just super weird, in a good
Okay.
way.
Yeah,
I just,
absolutely.
I'm glad you showed it to me because
Yes.
I've never seen. Not to say I haven't seen anything like it. There's others that are kind of like it, I guess, but it's just so weird.
Bizarre.
It's like, what the heck? Like,
I'll definitely have more weird, spooky games to recommend this spooky season
nice.
in one of these episodes. So stay tuned,
I look
Danelle
forward
and
to that.
our fans. Anything that you wanted to point out that you've learned today, Danelle? Because as usual, I've learned nothing.
Oh, that's because you know it all. And you're teaching me.
They call me Mr. Know-It-All.
Wow. I don't know. I learned that I could possibly like dialogue games. This one could make me possibly like point and click dialogue games.
There you go. You're the
But I
first
shouldn't
person
judge
to
them
ever-
all.
No,
Shouldn't
you
judge them all
shouldn't.
by the cover.
You shouldn't. Absolutely not. All right. Well, I think we have enough time to get to our main topic now. Bay Area superhero names such as Iron Man.
Yeah.
Oh, what? Jeff, does that music indicate that we don't have enough time to talk about that? Are we out of time?
Out of
We are.
time. That's what it says on the license plate for Back to the Future.
Right. It says, I was going to insult Jeff.
Hi,
I
baby
couldn't do
girl.
it. I couldn't do it. All right, we're getting the high sign from Jeff, which means we're out of time. So it's time to say goodbye, Danelle.
Goodbye, Danelle.
And with that, we're going to do our spooky double shift toast. May your gamer score be heavy and your backlog be light. May
Yeah.
your connection be spooky. And your aim precision tight. May your Joy-Cons be as mighty as the ocean, but never should they drift. And for all you QA ghost pirates out there, you'll survive. Yar! Double shift.
Double shift.
Double shift.
Shit,
Later,
shit,
Hudson.
shit, 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 shit.